Forget every sticker a quick lube shop has ever slapped on your windshield telling you to come back in 3 months. That number was never really about your car's needs, so much as it was about getting you back through the door as often as possible. Kia already wrote the actual maintenance schedule for your car. It's sitting inside your owner's manual right now, and it almost never matches what dealerships upsell you into, or what a generic oil change chain assumes about every car that pulls into their bay. This is the real schedule, the one built specifically around how Kia engineers intended these vehicles, from the Forte and K5 to the Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, and Niro, to be maintained across their lifespan. No guessing, no upselling, just the checkpoints that actually matter and what happens if you skip them. Every interval below comes straight from Kia's published normal maintenance schedule, the same one printed in your owner's manual and available through the Kia Owner's Portal. And once you see it laid out in order, you'll realize how much of what you've been told at the counter has nothing to do with what your car actually needs. Schedule 1. The 7,500-mile oil and filter checkpoint. Here's the scenario nearly every Kia owner lives through. The dash reminder pops up, or a shop suggests it's time, and you find yourself changing oil somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 miles, because that's the number that's been drilled into drivers for decades. The problem is that number belongs to an older generation of conventional oil, not to the full synthetic oil Kia specifies for most current engines. Kia's actual normal schedule interval for full synthetic is 7,500 miles or 6 months, whichever comes first. And changing oil dramatically earlier than that doesn't hurt anything mechanically, but it does mean paying for service you don't need, sometimes twice as often as necessary. The consequence of not knowing this is purely financial. Hundreds of dollars a year handed over for oil changes your engine never asked for. The fix is simple. Confirm your specific engine's oil type and interval on the maintenance chart in your owner's manual, glove box copy, or digital version through the Kia Owner's Portal, and set your own reminder around that number instead of a shop's generic suggestion. If your Kia has an oil life monitor built into the instrument cluster, that percentage is calculated from actual driving conditions rather than a flat mileage count, so it's usually a more accurate guide than either the shop's sticker or a rigid calendar reminder, and it's worth trusting that number over habit once you understand how it's calculated. If you tow, drive mostly short trips under 5 miles, idle frequently, or drive in extreme heat or cold, you fall under Kia's severe schedule instead, which typically halves that interval. So check which category actually fits your driving before assuming the longer number applies to you. It's also worth asking any shop up front which oil they're using before they start, since some quick lube chains default to conventional oil unless you specify full synthetic, and running conventional oil on an interval built for synthetic quietly undercuts the protection your engine is designed around. Schedule 2. The 15,000-mile rotation and inspection. Picture your Kia at the 2-year mark. Still driving fine? No warning lights? And yet, the front tires are visibly more worn than the rears. That's the scenario tire rotation exists to prevent, and Kia's schedule calls for rotation roughly every 7,500 to 15,000 miles, depending on trim and drivetrain, ideally paired with every other oil change so you're not making a separate trip just for tires. The problem is that front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive Kias wear their tires unevenly by design. Front tires handle more braking and steering load, and skipping rotation lets that uneven wear compound instead of being corrected. The consequence is tires that wear out roughly 20 to 30% faster than they should, meaning a set rated for 60,000 miles might only deliver 45,000, and a full replacement set on a modern crossover isn't cheap. The fix is pairing rotation with your oil change cadence and asking the shop to also inspect brake pad thickness and tire tread depth at the same visit, since both are quick checks that catch problems while they're still cheap fixes rather than expensive ones. Uneven wear is also one of the easiest problems to catch yourself between visits. Run a hand across each tire's surface, and if the outer edge feels noticeably rougher or lower than the center tread, that's often an early alignment issue rather than a rotation issue, and worth a separate alignment check before it accelerates further. A quick way to confirm rotation is actually happening rather than just being listed on the invoice is to mark one wheel with a small piece of tape or chalk beforehand, since it's a common shortcut for busy shops to skip the actual rotation while still charging for it. And a 5-second check protects you from paying for a service you didn't get. This is also the point where a lot of owners first hear about a fluid and filter milestone that's easy to forget because nothing about it feels urgent. Schedule 3. The 30,000-mile fluid and filter overhaul. By 30,000 miles, your Kia has been through 2 years of heat cycles, cold starts, dust, and pollen, and several components that never get discussed at a quick oil change are due for attention. The scenario is almost always the same. The cabin air filter is visibly dirty, the engine air filter is due, and depending on climate, the brake fluid is approaching its recommended 2-year or 30,000-mile replacement point, because brake fluid absorbs moisture over time even in a sealed system. The problem is that none of these show up as a dashboard warning light, so they get skipped indefinitely unless a specific inspection catches them. The consequence compounds quietly. A clogged cabin filter reduces HVAC airflow and lets more allergens into the cabin. A dirty engine air filter can measurably reduce fuel economy and throttle response, and old brake fluid with absorbed moisture lowers its boiling point, which matters most in the exact high-stress braking situations where you need full stopping power. The fix is a specific ask at your 30,000-mile visit. Replace the cabin air filter, inspect or replace the engine air filter, and have brake fluid tested for moisture content or simply flushed if it's been 2 years since the last one. Most shops carry inexpensive test strips that check moisture content in under a minute, so there's rarely a reason to just guess or default to "it's probably fine" when an actual reading is that quick to get. None of these are expensive individually, but bundled together they prevent a handful of small performance losses from stacking into one noticeably worse driving car. If you live somewhere with heavy pollen seasons or regularly drive behind dusty vehicles on unpaved roads, it's worth checking the cabin filter even earlier than 30,000 miles, since it's one of the cheapest parts on the entire schedule and one of the easiest to check yourself in under 5 minutes with the glove box removed. Schedule 4. The 60,000-mile major service. 60,000 miles is where Kia's maintenance schedule stops being routine and starts being a genuine milestone, the point where transmission fluid, coolant, and drive belts all come due around the same window depending on your specific model and engine. The scenario that trips people up here is assuming that because nothing feels wrong with how the car drives, none of this actually needs doing yet, especially with modern lifetime fluid marketing that's technically accurate for design life, but not for how most people actually keep a car for 10+ years. The problem is that automatic transmission fluid does degrade under heat and mileage, even when a manufacturer doesn't specify a hard replacement interval, and coolant loses its corrosion-inhibiting properties over time, regardless of how the engine feels. The consequence of skipping this window is that transmission wear accelerates in ways that are invisible until shifting becomes rough or delayed, often well past the point where a fluid change alone would have fixed it, and cooling system corrosion can quietly damage a water pump or radiator from the inside. The fix is treating 60,000 miles as a checklist moment rather than a single service. Have the transmission fluid condition checked and changed if your specific model calls for it, flush and replace coolant per the manual's specified interval, and have the serpentine belt and its tensioner visually inspected for cracking, since a belt that snaps unexpectedly can take out the alternator and power steering at the same time, turning a $50 preventive part into a much larger repair bill. It's worth specifically asking whether your transmission uses a drain and fill or a full flush, since Kia specifies different procedures depending on transmission type, and using the wrong fluid entirely is a real risk at independent shops that stock one generic fluid for every vehicle that comes through the door. So bringing your own confirmed fluid spec from the manual is a cheap way to avoid an expensive mistake. This is also roughly the same window where a lot of Kia 4-cylinder and V6 engines start approaching their spark plug replacement point, which is the next milestone worth planning around. Schedule 5. The 100,000-mile spark plug and belt milestone. Somewhere between 60,000 and 105,000 miles, depending on whether your Kia uses standard or iridium-tipped spark plugs, this milestone quietly arrives, and it's one of the most commonly missed items on the entire schedule, because modern plugs simply last so long that owners forget they exist. The scenario is a car that runs fine, mostly, but has developed a very slight hesitation on acceleration or a marginally rougher idle that's easy to attribute to just getting older, rather than a specific, fixable cause. The problem is worn spark plugs create weaker, less consistent combustion, and the engine control computer compensates for it in ways that mask the symptom for a long time before it becomes obvious. The consequence of pushing well past the recommended interval is reduced fuel economy that creeps in gradually. Harder cold starts in winter, and in some cases increased load on the ignition coils themselves, turning a simple plug replacement into a more expensive coil replacement down the line. The fix is checking your specific engine's spark plug interval. Iridium plugs commonly run 90,000 to 105,000 miles, while standard plugs need attention closer to 30,000 to 60,000 and scheduling replacement proactively rather than waiting for a misfire code to force the issue. Waiting for the check engine light to force the issue almost always costs more, since a misfire caught early is a plug swap, while one left running for weeks or months can damage the catalytic converter, turning a routine service into one of the more expensive repairs on the entire car. This is also a sensible point to have accessory belts and engine mounts inspected, since they're operating on a similar wear timeline and are far easier to address before they fail than after. Worth noting for turbocharged Kia models specifically, spark plug intervals often run shorter than their naturally aspirated counterparts because of the added heat and cylinder pressure. So double-check your exact engine code against the manual, rather than assuming every trim shares the same number. Schedule 6. The Severe Duty Adjustment. Here's a scenario a lot of owners never realize applies to them. Daily short trips under 5 miles, frequent towing, dusty or unpaved roads, extreme heat, or stop-and-go city traffic for the majority of driving. Kia's owner's manual actually contains 2 separate schedules, normal and severe, and the vast majority of owners default to reading only the normal one because it's listed first and sounds like it applies to everyone. The problem is that severe duty conditions accelerate wear on oil, transmission fluid, and air filters significantly, sometimes cutting the recommended interval in half. And a driver who's technically operating under severe conditions but following the normal schedule is quietly under-maintaining the car without realizing it. The consequence is components wearing out faster than the schedule they're following accounts for, leading to premature repairs that feel random but are actually predictable once you know which schedule you should have been on. The fix is an honest 5-minute self-assessment against Kia's severe duty definition printed in the manual. And if 2 or more conditions apply to your actual driving pattern, default to the severe intervals across the board rather than mixing and matching. Living somewhere with harsh winters and heavy road salt use also typically qualifies, since salt exposure accelerates corrosion on brake lines and undercarriage components in ways that a warm climate severe duty checklist wouldn't capture at all. It's a 5-minute read that can meaningfully change how long major components last. Owners who tow trailers, boats, or campers should pay particularly close attention here, since towing alone is enough to push transmission fluid and coolant onto the severe schedule, even if every other driving habit looks perfectly normal. Schedule 7. The Pre-Winter and Pre-Road Trip Check. The final piece of a real maintenance schedule isn't mileage-based at all. It's seasonal and situational, and it's the piece most owners skip entirely because it doesn't come with a dashboard reminder or a sticker. The scenario is familiar. A road trip is booked, or the first cold snap of the year is forecast, and the car gets driven exactly as it was the week before with 0 additional attention. The problem is that battery performance drops significantly in cold weather, tire pressure drops roughly 1 psi for every 10-degree temperature decrease, and long highway trips put sustained heat stress on cooling systems and tires that daily short commutes never do. The consequence of skipping this check is a dead battery on the coldest morning of the year, or a tire failure hours into a trip, both of which are almost entirely preventable with a 15-minute look beforehand. The fix is a simple seasonal habit. Before winter, have the battery load tested rather than just visually inspected, since a battery can look perfectly fine and still fail a load test once cold cranking demands increase. And before any road trip over a few hours, check all tire pressures including the spare, top off washer fluid, and glance at tread depth using a simple penny test. A load test typically takes only a few minutes at most auto parts stores and is often done free, which makes it one of the easiest preventive checks on this entire list to actually follow through on. None of this replaces the mileage-based schedule above. It supplements it for the specific stress points that mileage alone doesn't capture. It's also a good moment to test your washer fluid spray pattern and wiper blade condition before winter specifically, since worn blades and weak washer fluid streams are a small annoyance in summer, but a genuine visibility hazard the first time road spray and salt hit the windshield at highway speed. The bottom line. The real Kia maintenance schedule was never a mystery. It was just sitting in a manual most owners opened once and never again. Oil and filters at 7,500 miles, Rotation paired with that same visit, a fluid and filter pass at $30,000, the major transmission and coolant service at $60,000, spark plugs and belts as they approach $100,000, an honest look at whether you actually fall under severe duty conditions, and a seasonal check before winter or long trip. 7 checkpoints, all clearly defined, all sitting in a document you already own, and none of them requiring you to take anyone else's word for what your car supposedly needs. Follow that sequence and you're not guessing anymore. You're maintaining the car exactly the way it was engineered to be maintained. And that's the version of ownership that keeps a Kia running well past the point most people expect it to. Print the schedule, save it to your phone, or bookmark the Kia Owner's Portal page for your specific model. Because the next time a shop tries to sell you something your car doesn't need yet, you'll already know exactly where you actually stand.